Welcome to Caregiver Counsel, Elder Law Insights with Tieesha Taylor.
Welcome back to Caregiver Counsel, Elder Law Insights with Tieesha Taylor. I am Tieesha Taylor, the founder and CEO of Elderly Care Law Firm here in South Florida, where we provide compassionate generational legal services to families who are navigating Medicaid, guardianship, probate, and long-term care. Joining me today is Kemar Brown. He's the Territory Marketing Manager with Comfort Keepers. Comfort Keepers help seniors thrive safely while living independently at home. Today, we're talking about how families can help aging loved ones remain safe at home and what happens when caregiving decisions start to intersect with legal planning. Welcome, Kemar.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
My pleasure. So let's start. Can you share a little bit about what Comfort Keepers does and how in-home care helps seniors remain independent?
Sure. Well, as our name suggests, or as you said, we specialize in home care. We do a wide range of services from taking someone to their running errands, medical appointments, just it may be to go to the beach. We have a client that loves to go to the casino, but she wants some company, and that's where we come in. And we like to come in and change the lives of the persons that we're serving. We essentially are there to make their lives, a little bit easier. If it requires us just coming in and being a companion, and a help aid, whatever it takes, we're there.
Now, when your team begins working with the family, what challenges are caregivers usually facing at that point?
A wide range of challenges. It could be that the client is not in agreement with getting care. It could be that they are thinking that, hey, my independence is going to be robbed or taken away. It could be, anything. Oftentimes, again, I stated that the clients are oftentimes like not in agreement with care, and they're just being combative or not wanting to allow themselves to be helped. So those are the main challenges I would see the caregivers running into, for sure.
And how do you assist caregivers in overcoming those challenges, especially if they have, for example, their parent who does not want to receive in-home care services? How do you guys help with those challenges?
Great question. A big part of what we do as compared to other agencies, not sure if they do it, but we try to match caregiver to client and not just sending any random caregiver. So when I myself or somebody else from our office meets with a prospective family or client, we like to get a full scope of the client themselves, what needs to be done. Are they in agreement with care? Are they combative? We like to know who we're dealing with. So when I get back to the office and I'm going through my list of caregivers that I think would be suitable, I'm thinking, okay, who do I think would be best suited with this client? I know everything that is entailed with providing care for them. So if it requires a caregiver that I know has a lot of patience and is more warm and compassionate than someone else who is maybe a little bit more fun but not suitable for the client, that's what we do. And as well, just encouraging the caregiver to be patient with the client, give them some time. This may be, a new thing for them. So
Yeah.
patience and compassion, for sure.
Yeah, I love that because a lot of children may not know that, just having that patience with their
Yes,
parents. This is a transition, it's a change.
it
So
is.
having that grace and patience and compassion is important thing.
For sure, definitely.
Tell us a little bit, what early warning signs tend to suggest a senior may be struggling to live safely on their own?
Yes. So many. And each person is different. It could be them forgetting to take showers. They used to be, very clean, well kept. It could be them forgetting to take their medications. It could be them starting to become more reclusive, not wanting to do things. Their house is unkept. There may be food in the refrigerator that's going bad, and they not noticing that that's happening. It's a wide range of things that we look for, that are telltale signs that you need some help.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
Definitely. Now, have you seen situations where professional caregivers notice safety concerns? I know you mentioned that a little bit before the family fully realize what's happening. I know in elder law, a big need occurs during the holidays when maybe children and grandchildren visit their parents. Over the telephone, they may sound great, but then when they see them in person, they may see some safety concerns like the neighbor coming over and they're writing checks to someone or something like that. But what do you notice in terms of safety?
In terms of safety, we look for when I go to a family or we start care, I look for things sometimes as do they have a raised toilet seat? Do they have grab bars in the shower? If it's a client that is wheelchair bound or needs to be transported via wheelchair, is there a ramp getting to the home? These are things that we look for. And sometimes if someone from the office misses it, for whatever reason when we're doing the assessment or caregivers, we encourage them to look for these things too because I'm human. I may miss something doing during the assessment, but the caregivers, these are things they look for. Is the grab bar in the shower erected properly? Is it loose, coming loose? Is raised toilet seat? A client of ours, she's not wheelchair bound, but she's transported via wheelchair, and there wasn't a ramp going to her home. So initially, before we came in, they were lifting the wheelchair, putting her up over that little threshold, and the caregiver informed us, and we informed the family, and they got a ramp in, and that could have been an accident could have happened easily. So we had that dealt with. Hmm.
Great, great. Now, when families begin to realize more support is needed, how can in home care help stabilize the situation?
Let me tell you, Taisha, it can if a family or a client is given the caregiver that is best suited for them and has their best interests at heart, it can absolutely change their lives. One client of ours comes to mind. She lives alone at a senior community in Pembroke Pines. She has some cognitive challenges that she's dealing with. So she's not
Yeah.
full on dementia or Alzheimer's, but she's extremely forgetful. Her daughter lives out of state, but her mom wants to maintain her independence. Her daughter is trying to get her to live with her in New Jersey, but her mom is insistent that, hey, I want to stay here. And we found the perfect caregiver for her. Bilingual caregivers, so they speak Spanish when they want to. They go to events in the communities together. The caregiver has literally shifted up her schedule time and time again to be there with her at 10 p.m. when there's a little party at her community. And
Okay.
yeah, it has been amazing. Her daughter is seeing the difference in her demeanor, and she's now on top of her medication. She's like a totally different person. Yeah.
Great.
So
That's great. Great story. Thanks for sharing that.
no problem, no problem.
How does collaboration between like a caregiving team and elder law professionals help families navigate these situations more smoothly?
Well, oftentimes we get persons calling in for help, and we go in and we start providing care for them, and we are changing their lives in the way we are able to, through helping them with their daily living activities, showering, meal prep, taking them to and from doctor's appointments, what we can. But there's a lot of need for a lot of the clients that we serve for them to get legal counsel in matters that are outside of or area of expertise. So, and we service the same group of persons. We service the elderly in need of care. So, definitely, we have the same market that we're serving. What you do is totally separate from what I do. So, definitely a collaboration is in both of our best interests and in the interest of the client, that we're servicing for sure.
Yeah, I agree because I know we get clients all the time who may need resources in the community. And so having these collaborations, we're able to provide what we call a holistic level of service
For
because
sure.
although we're a law firm, we are still counselors, we're social workers, and we try to help our clients in every way that we can, not just, legally, but there are other things that connect to just the legal aspect, like caregiving in the home and home care services or medical resources. So, for caregivers who feel overwhelmed trying to balance safety, independence, and dignity, what guidance helps them move forward with confidence?
For sure. I would say take it in strides, be patient, not be hard on yourselves, and if you're able to, get some help. Get some help. It's you don't want to think of your adult parent as a burden or as a patient of yours. You still want to look at them as your mother, your dad, your aunt, your grandma. You want to still show them that love, but I know, especially with a client that's going through cognitive issues, full onset dementia, Alzheimer's, it's almost like they're a child again. They're totally, completely different person. So it can get absolutely stressful at times. We do have systems in place for persons with cognitive challenges. They can get respite care, essentially 72 to 80 hours of free in-home care per year. So if that's something you want to make use of, you can contact us. We see if you qualify. We lead you down that path. We also have another system called our Care and Safety Program. Essentially, it's centered around virtual care. So it may not be for somebody living with parents, but it may be that your parents are living alone. They're not at the stage where they need somebody physically in their home, but this program still allows you to get them get yourself some kind of insight as to what's going on with your parents. And the program is great. It picks up on UTIs, the possible UTIs developing, changing their moods, sleeping patterns, if they're fallen, errors in their medications. It's an absolutely wonderful program that is essentially closing that gap between persons in need of some kind of care, but not physical care. And even if they're receiving physical care, but not 24/7, that program still allows us to get some insight that we can share with their physicians and everybody involved in their care. So
That's great. All right. That's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that. Now, if anyone in our audience is interested in learning more about your services, how can they reach you?
call us, give us a call, look us up, Comfort Keepers. We're here in Davie. Our office number is 954-947-7954. Myself or somebody from the admin team will listen to you, see what your concerns are. And we are in this business not because it's a business for profit, but we absolutely love what we do. We love helping. And I get so many calls, and sometimes if you need more help than we can give, we will steer you down the direction to get that help. I've helped so many persons that need more care than we can give, or they need assistance with finding a facility and they thought we were a facility. I assisted them in getting what they want. So I just love helping people, and just give us a chance to get you some help for sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Kemar. Thank you for joining me today.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Now, thanks for listening to Caregiver Counsel, Elder Law Insights. If you're facing questions about long-term care, Medicaid, guardianship, or protecting an aging loved one, you can connect with my team at 305-836-4697 or elderlycarelawfirm.com. And if this episode was helpful, please leave a review, and subscribe to the show. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.